Dr. Biggs, it's sort of good to see you today and have an opportunity to visit with you about the Thomas Jefferson Center and what you're doing. Tell us a little bit more about it and what you're doing each month.
Well, currently we're trying to promote to the surrounding audience, the people who might be, first of all, interested and as well needing of the information that is there. This is a topic or a group of topics that nobody should be without. Everybody should have an idea of what has happened and why we need to push harder towards getting this information out there. And so we're trying to promote this. We are trying to delve into different groups of people. First of all, looking at families and then trying to look at a younger generation who's going to start having families, typically the college and some of the young people there who have such thriving amounts of energy. We need their lifeblood drawn into this as well because they are going to be the ones that take this further and forward.
Isn't that interesting?
It's amazing.
We were at the symposium at UVU this last week. It was fascinating. They asked me to speak 3 different times, Thursday and Friday and Saturday, and they had a good attendance up there. They figured there was close to 6,000 people participated in those seminars, and it was very enjoyable. But I did something that you'd really
What's that?
I do this very often, by the way, in the various groups. I said, all right, you have a goodly number of people here. How many of you love America? And they raise their hand, and I'll say, now, do you love America like this? Or do you love America like this? And all the hands, they say, how many love America? All the hands go up. How many of you love the Founding Fathers? Every hand goes up.
Went all the way up.
How many of you love the Constitution? Every hand goes up. And then I said, now, how many of you believe the Constitution was inspired? Hands were up. I said, let's ask one more time. How many love the Constitution? Hands going up. And so I said, good. How many can tell me how many articles there are in the Constitution?
Not very many hands on that, huh?
Yeah. Everybody was ready to go, with the hand up and couldn't. We had some of our students there, and their hands shot up, and 2 or 3 others that had been to our seminars. But the majority had no idea. I said, let's try it one more time. How many of you love the Constitution?
And so
yeah. How many of you think it's inspired? Then why haven't you studied it?
Well, this morning, my son came to me and said, Dad, is it constitutional for a state to secede from the Union? And I had to stop and think about it, and I have to repent this moment in time and say I need to study it better.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of information out there that I know some, but not as much as I should.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that was interesting to me is as we then started asking the people. Now, how many of you would like to study the Constitution?
I'm sure a lot of hands went up.
The hands are up. And I said, then how many of you are going to? Guess what?
A bunch of the hands didn't go up.
Oh, I know. Only about 1/3 went up.
Wow.
And I thought this is so typical of what we have. Because all around now, as you notice, there's a lot of people saying, President Obama, it keeps breaking the Constitution, this is not constitutional, that's not constitutional.
They don't know what constitutional is.
They don't, do they?
No.
And what very, very interesting is I shared with the people, you have a love. They couldn't take the love of the Constitution away. They couldn't take the love of the Constitution out of the schools.
No.
They just took the study out. So you still love it, but you haven't studied it. So individuals that want to control you come around with their agendas, and they'll say, well, it's constitutional. I have my constitutional rights. Well, if you haven't studied the Constitution, you think they do.
Well, you can say you have a constitutional right to choose to do something you shouldn't do. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it legal, but you have the constitutional right to choose.
But do you have the right to follow that choice? See, this is a whole different thing. Yeah. So anyway, it's fun watching, and I thank you so much because putting together these seminars and the series that we're working with, as you know, the very first thing that they have to do is to gain a confidence again that freedom is a gift from God, not government.
And they need to realize that they have to be involved.
Absolutely. And inasmuch as your rights come from the Creator, He's the one that defines them. If you look to the heavens for your inspiration and your knowledge on what the Constitution means, it's going to be different than if you look to, quote, the agendas various
Absolutely.
groups have. So anyway, first we do with the seminar number 1 that we've done, and people can get copies of the video of it. And that is the concept of God's hand in the building of America. And then the one that we've got coming up this Thursday. This is the one that we really have fun going through the Constitution itself. And so we go through every aspect of it. We start with the preamble. Most people don't even know about a preamble and what it's for. But we'll go through the preamble. We'll show them what it is and why. We'll quote the founding fathers. We'll go right through all the 7 articles of the Constitution.
Well, I'm excited to see it. I'm trying to get more people excited about it as well.
Yeah.
But it is going to be an effort of love and sometimes a little bit of frustration. But we are going to let people know that it's here and give them the chance to make that choice. But unfortunately, most of them don't even realize they have a choice in learning this anymore because it's been taken away from them so often.
Is it expensive to come to the seminars?
No, it's not. $10 for an evening, and if you prepay, you save $2. And get this, if you're a student, half price always on all seminars.
Isn't that amazing?
It is wonderful.
And being able to know that and be able to put that together, then next month we'll be doing one on the attacks on the Constitution. What's happened?
That one actually has my interest peaked already.
And then in January, we'll have a presentation that will be on, now what do we do about it?
Exactly.
How do we heal the Constitution?
And that will base right back to the first one, in God's hand in developing this country, and the 4 points of what we need to do to save it.
That's going to be an interesting thing to have. And we encourage everybody to participate, and as we always do, we have a very refundable situation. If people do not like it, if they come and are not satisfied that they've got their dollars worth, we refund their dollars.
That's amazing.
But it's fun to have, and we thank you for your participation and your sponsoring of this.
And thank you for getting me involved.
Well, this is great. Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
Not today, but I look forward to seeing everybody come. You'll learn a lot.
How do they get tickets?
They can get tickets by contacting either me or also the Kimber Academy. My cell phone number is 435-592-3359. Unfortunately, I don't know Kimber Academies directly. So, but if you contact me, and those same things will apply. If you prepay, there's $2 off, and if you're a student, it's 50% off. And if at the door, the 50% off for students still applies, but it will be $10 at the door, and we would love to see you. Even at $10, this is a bargain for the information you're going to get.
Well, thank you very, very much. And I might say also that it is being hosted by the Kimber Academy here in Cedar. And so they can contact any student.
Any student.
And so if students are showing them this video as they letting them know about it, that would be just tremendous.
That would be wonderful.
Get the ticket from the students, and that would be fine.
They can. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate it very, very much.